Soy Karina Correa. Me encanta viajar, cocinar y documentar todo lo que está a mi alrededor. Nací en Bogotá y muy pequeña me mudé a la ciudad de Nueva York. Desde entonces, la pasión por la comida y la aventura me han llevado a conocer sitios maravillosos. Ahora estoy de vuelta en Colombia y quiero compartir con todos lo mejor de la gastronomía estadounidense. I love Colombia and I love SaborUSA. Me ha dado la oportunidad de conocer a muchas personas que comparten no solo la pasión por la gastronomía, sino por un estilo de vida saludable. Entre ellas se encuentra el gobernador de Virginia, Terry McAuliffe, quien en días pasados, cuando visitó Colombia, invitó al equipo de I Love SaborUSA a su mansión en Richmond, Virginia, para compartir con nosotros una experiencia inolvidable. Y aquí estamos.
Welcome to the Executive Mansion of Virginia.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
La mansión ejecutiva del gobernador es un lugar muy importante y lleno de historia, prácticamente un museo. It's beautiful.
A lot of history here.
Oh yeah, you can feel that.
It's
Wow.
203 years old. It's the oldest consecutive lived-in governor's mansion in the United States.
This is pretty amazing. Was this always here?
Off and on throughout the time of the Virginia mansion, but it was the First Lady of Virginia, Dorothy McAuliffe, that brought it back.
El gobernador Terry y la primera dama Dorothy McAuliffe están transformando la mansión de Richmond en una pequeña granja urbana, con jardines de hortalizas y vegetales, una jaula de gallinas ponedoras de huevos y un invernadero donde cultivan plantas nativas de Virginia y otras hierbas.
The beauty of having a greenhouse is that I can grow things year-round. I grow Thai and basil, I grow Thai basil. Governor loves spicy foods, so I'm always making Thai foods, and this is a nice accent.
I think I'm getting just too hungry, and from seeing all these vegetables and all these herbs, I feel like we gotta start cooking.
Let's do it.
Edward Alan Gross no solo es el chef ejecutivo de la mansión de Virginia bajo el liderazgo del gobernador Terrence McAuliffe, también es un artista visual muy talentoso y para mí es un placer que sea nuestro anfitrión. Edward, I brought you a gift.
I love gifts.
Yeah? Okay, I hope you like this one because I bring an apron so that we can cook together.
Sweet. Yes, thank you.
So what are we doing with these guys?
Well, Oysters Virginia, of course you'll need oysters. So we'll begin by shucking these. So would you like to try?
Yeah.
Okay. You're doing great.
Okay, thank you.
Almost there. Now start pressing upward.
Upward,
So you have a leverage. Right.
Oh,
excellent.
all
See, it just popped
right.
open.
Oh,
Perfect.
Edward, check that
Perfect.
out. I've done it.
You did it.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
Okay, should I go? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
You're a great teacher. Cuando el gobernador Terry McAuliffe estuvo en Colombia, visitamos el restaurante NN donde el chef Nicolás de Subiría preparó unas deliciosas ostras Rappahannock y nosotros le ayudamos a abrirlas. Bien dicen por ahí que la práctica hace el maestro.
We're going to build ingredients onto them.
Onto them, okay.
Spinach is from a local farm called Victory Farms.
Okay.
The ham is Edwards ham. Heritage peanuts.
And these peanuts are so much bigger and crunchier.
Exactly. That's how you can tell Virginia peanut is by how much larger they are.
A lot. I mean, so different than the ones that you find in a can.
Absolutely.
This is a real Virginia recipe because we have all these ingredients, and especially the ham and the peanuts that are so exclusive from the state.
Exclusive, and these were grown here. These were grown in our garden outside.
Wow.
Yeah. The next steps are done over here on the stove.
On the stove, okay.
So we're just gonna wilt the spinach. We're gonna put it into the pan, and then we're going to remove it from the heat altogether.
Okay. And even though it seems like a lot of spinach, it really
cooks down. Right. So when you're making this at home, you really want to have a lot of spinach handy because it will dry, which is also a benefit of having a garden out back, is that there's like almost...
you can run out and get some more.
Right.
Pocos estados cuentan con un clima tan diverso como el de Virginia. Tiene 5 regiones climáticas diferentes, por eso tiene una gran variedad de productos agrícolas que saben aprovechar muy bien, preparando unos platos deliciosos. So we're gonna put just a little bit of them
it's
on
like
top,
a little
and
tablespoon,
just a
roughly,
tablespoon.
maybe
Okay.
a little bit more. You just kind of want to cover the oyster.
Okay.
So the oyster is just kind of hidden under this blanket of spinach and ham. Okay, and then you want to take some wine. This is a Barbersville. It's
also a Virginia
wine.
Okay. Is this a kind of specific wine in particular that we're using?
White wine. It's made from using the state grape of Virginia.
All right. Virginia has its own state grapes.
Right. We got it all.
That's pretty impressive.
And you just want to kind of like use a few drips because you don't want to really use the brine.
Okay.
Or you don't want you want to enhance everything. You don't want anything to overpower the next thing.
So just a few drops of white wine.
A few drops of white wine.
Okay.
That way you keep that solidity of the brine in the oyster.
Okay. Okay. And the finishing touch?
The finishing touch are the Virginia peanuts. And now what you're doing here is just creating a crust, with what you crushed up for us.
And will that be browning?
It'll brown slightly. You don't want to leave it in the oven too long. So this is all just another accent, the final accent.
The final accent. How long are these going to stay in the oven?
Well, I'm going to put them in the oven at 400 degrees for probably like 4 or 5 minutes. It depends.
It's like in and out.
Yeah, it's in and out.
All right. Look at this.
Beautiful.
They're really beautiful, and I love how the combination of the colors, the browning of the peanuts, I mean, they were really briefly in the oven.
Yeah, it's so simple, and you want to, the oven time is really just to put that color on it, because you really don't want the oyster cooked very much.
No, you want it to keep that texture. Well, I have a little flag that we put like to crown our beautiful dish for today, and to name it
Nice.
SaborUSA.
It's a deal.
Okay, I think it's time to try them.
Let's
what
do
do
it.
you think? Yeah?
Absolutely, I'm hungry.
I see why this is becoming a classic rapidly. And the crunchiness of the peanuts is so good.
It's all there.
This is just too delicious. I feel like you can eat a whole tray of it. Well, I propose a toast to that, and thank you for having me in your kitchen and showing me everything. Cheers, and please say to the governor that I love this invitation. I enjoyed it very much, and we're eating in his honor.
I certainly will.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Las sorpresas no terminan. El chef Edward aún tiene un as bajo la manga.
No meal would be complete without dessert.
Apple pie, what's more American than apple pie?
That's right. Apple pie, and it's first of the season apples. So we're lucky that these were available at this time of year. Just getting started. Gala apples, and they're from Saunders Farm. So it's a local farm, first of the season apples.
Wow. It already has like a branch and
everything.
It's
just picked.
Like, it's like a hand. Oh, it's really beautiful. Guys, thank you so much for being here, for having me here, for sharing everything with you. No, I mean, it's been a really great experience, and I'm leaving Virginia like with so much knowledge and a lot of desire to come back.
Thank you for coming.
Come back. Thank you. I love SaborUSA.
SaborUSA es una maravillosa experiencia que a través de la comida contribuye a fortalecer los lazos culturales entre Colombia y Estados Unidos. Estamos aquí para celebrar la cultura gastronómica de ambos países y promover alimentos y bebidas americanos como complemento de la cocina nacional.
de Richmond vamos a la bahía Chesapeake, donde los primos Ryan y Travis Croxton, propietarios del Rappahannock River Oysters, nos están esperando para conocer la granja donde cultivan las ostras y aprender todo lo relacionado con este magnífico producto.
Welcome to the Rappahannock.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Amazing to be here. This is so awesome.
What do you think?
I can't believe not so long ago we were eating this
I
on
know,
the plate,
and
and now we're seeing this.
And now you come to the stores.
Yeah. I want to know everything about it. You guys have to show me
We came to the right place.
Everything.
And we'll start you with little baby oyster seed, and then we'll show you the whole process how they get bigger and take you out into the water, and then we'll come back.
Awesome.
Sounds good?
Good.
All right.
Rappahannock plantó su primer cultivo de 3,000 ostras en marzo del 2002. Para la primavera del 2004, Travis y Ryan vendían sus ostras a diferentes restaurantes y en un periodo de un año llegaron a recibir el premio Tastemakers Awards en los premios de la revista Food and Wine.
We spray them all down very intensively as they come through. So it gets them really clean, and then they go through the conveyor, and the guys are able to pick out what looks really good.
Okay.
The guys also, because different clients like different sized oysters, so they'll also pick different sizes. So New York likes 2-inch oysters. China likes 5-inch oysters, so they'll also separate them out by size.
Everyone's so demanding.
I know, right? That's why we like Colombia, because they're like America. They want 3-inch oysters, which is standard.
Los primos Croxton se dedicaron a elaborar un producto de tanta calidad que para el 2007 Chesapeake era el lugar por excelencia de las ostras americanas.
If you looked at these under a microscope, they'd look exactly like an adult oyster. They've already started forming that perfect shell. So they start from the hinge and they just grow out concentrically, and you'll see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
You'll see the full form of an oyster there.
Yeah.
We're going to go around this and then around this point over here, over a little bit nearer to where the bridge is to see where our farm is.
I don't think people are aware of all the amount of work and the care that goes into
Yeah,
this.
and they're making a good oyster, definitely. I mean, you can grow an oyster and with not a lot of effort, but you're going to get inconsistencies. You're going to get whether it's really thin shell or really thin meat. So to get a really, really good oyster consistently, yeah, it takes a lot of work and a little bit of art to it as well.
I see stuff flying.
Yeah, and a lot of it's the oysters are shutting because they're coming out of the water, so they're pushing water out.
Okay, so when they're under the water, they're
slightly
open like this?
Well, that one's actually dead, so this one's fully fully open. But so they're just a little crack, and then when the tides move past them, they feed on what's in the water, mostly different types of algae.
Okay.
And then this cage, you can see it has these legs on it, so it's just keeping them off the bottom just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So they don't sink in. They get a good flow of water through them.
I love the colors. Is this the color from the water?
Yeah, it's different algae staining the shell, and that's good. It shows there's a lot of food in the water. So we like to see, good, dark, healthy colors that kind of signify a good, robust animal.
Yeah, and then also we're looking for something that's really deep, right?
Exactly, yeah. So that way, there's a good pocket of meat in there. It's going to be a good half shell oyster, just something that you can kind of throw back.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
So we're constantly kind of trying to, shape these things and kind of, work them into a way where they're all going to be consistent and the customer's going to get a good product.
How long have they been in the water at this point?
They've been in here probably about 2 years.
2 years?
Yep.
Wow.
We see like most of them, the bell curve, most of them are coming across at like 24 months, 18 to 24 months.
¡Wow! Nunca había visto tantas ostras juntas. Hay alrededor de 3,000 jaulas en esta parte del río Rappahannock. Estamos llegando al final del recorrido, pero viene la mejor parte, la visita al restaurante Miroir, donde se preparan, según dicen, las mejores ostras de Virginia.
He's going to show you one of our famous recipes we serve here at Miroir Restaurant, angels on horseback.
Angels on horseback.
Yeah,
Well, that sounds really
it's
interesting.
tremendous.
What we're going to do first is we're going to do the herb butter. And what we do is I'll shuck the oyster and we put the herb butter on with a little piece of our local country ham, which is a nice salty ham from Virginia. It's brined and it's set for a year before they cut it.
For a year?
A year. They sit for a year.
Wow. So we got tarragon, basil.
Basil. We're going to go with a pinch
red pepper,
of fresh rosemary, which is going to give it a nice sharp. A nice sharp, and a little bit of fresh thyme, which will also give it a little sharp. The salt level here is lower.
Okay.
The Rappahannock River, which is the river that flows through here, the top third of the river, like 130 miles, is all limestone.
Oh.
So the water is really crisp and clear, and it's not salty until it comes down here and mixes with the Chesapeake Bay. So it's got a lower salinity. They take a little longer to grow, but they get this sweet, unctuous flavor to them, and they're nice and big and bright. If you hold the point up like this, so this is at noon, the mussel to every oyster is at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
It's always right there.
Okay, the mussel will be there, so you want to sort of like get into it and lift it.
You just want to wiggle a little bit, not too hard.
Just wiggle.
Right?
Okay.
Once you get in, you just pivot the knife. Like that. And twist it.
You make it seem so easy.
Twist it, and you pull,
and
there it is.
That.
There's that big, bright, beautiful oyster. See the mussel?
Yeah.
The mussel is always right there.
It's really big. I mean, the amount of meat that you get in this oyster is really, really
They're full.
nice.
That's the engineering of the farm-raised oyster.
Esta es la tercera clase que recibo para aprender a abrir las ostras. Pero Pete, yo ya soy una experta. Podría quedarme en Virginia y dedicarme a esto.
And then what we do, we put just our seasoned butter, just a little bit, not too much. There you go. And a nice piece of our unctuous country ham. And that goes right there across there like that. Then what we do is we roast them for about 10 minutes at 375.
Okay.
A little bit in an oven. Let's see how we're doing. See that? See how the ham just browns off a little bit? Gets a tiny bit curly.
Wow.
That is a beautiful Angels on Horseback.
Oh, Angels on Horseback.
Yeah. Isn't that
a beautiful
lovely?
name. It is. I can't wait to eat them. I'm going to go to the table and join
You go to the table and I'll send them out for you.
Well, thanks for coming out and working so hard, and we'll celebrate with some Virginia oysters, ham, and wine.
I get my reward, and before that, I'm gonna crown this dish with our flag from SaborUSA, because here we're getting Virginia on a nutshell.
Yeah,
There you go.
on the half shell.
On a half shell. Guys, thank you so much. Cheers to
Absolutely.
a wonderful
Cheers.
experience.
All right.
Fue una experiencia maravillosa.
Cheers with the oysters.
Cheers to the oysters.
All right.
Más que cultivar, es todo un arte producir ostras con la calidad como lo hacen en Rappahannock River Oysters. Thank you, guys.
What I do like though is that we can get these off their boat and onto the airport into Columbia within a day. Yeah, 5-hour flight. How nice is that?
I hope to be eating this every day.
Let's make that a goal. It'd be great.
Próximo destino, Afton, Virginia, donde se encuentran los viñedos y la planta de producción de Veritas Vineyard and Winery. I love SaborUSA.
SaborUSA tiene productos de excelente calidad, como manzanas, carnes, arroz, maíz, vinos con todo el encanto californiano y soya, entre otros.
Nos despedimos de la bahía Chesapeake y nos dirigimos a Afton, Virginia, a conocer los viñedos de Veritas Vineyard and Winery, reconocidos por producir un amplio rango de vinos consistentes, elegantes y complejos.
What a beautiful winery.
It is lovely.
How many acres of land is here?
Well, Karina, when we started, which was 16 years ago, we had 12 acres, and now we've expanded so that we've got about 67 acres on site. It's been a work of love, a work of passion. We've enjoyed doing it. Not just me, my family have enjoyed being in the wine industry. My wife, she started as the wine grower, and I was interested in in making wine. So
Okay.
I was, to start with, I was the winemaker.
Okay.
And then my daughter, she came and saw what we were doing, and she loved it so much that she decided that she'd go to school. So she went to school at Virginia Tech, which is in university,
Okay.
and she got a master's in enology, which is a master's in winemaking.
Winemaking.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
So,
then-
you got it. You got your whole family involved.
I have.
¡Qué bonita historia! Contagiaron con su pasión a sus hijos y hoy en día, después de 15 producciones, no solo sus hijos, sino también sus nietos han visto el viñedo crecer.
What varieties of wine
So
can we find here?
we grow 11 different varieties, and they're roughly 5 red grapes and 6 white grapes. But we mostly grow what are called vinifera. And vinifera are the grapes that originated in Europe, right?
Oh,
So they would have come from Spain, Italy, France.
Let's check out the grapes.
Okay. This particular grape is this is a Cabernet Franc.
They're beautiful.
Well, there's a little bit of green in there, you see.
Yeah.
These grapes are not yet ripe.
They're not ripe.
Not ripe yet. Not ripe enough.
Enough.
Not ripe enough. So
Because there's still some.
there's still some green ones, you see.
green ones.
Yeah. So this is typical of Cabernet Franc in that some of the grapes remain green
Okay.
and it ripens unevenly.
Okay.
And,
But they're really sweet.
yes, they are sweet, but they've got at least another 3 weeks before we pick them.
Okay. The perception maybe from an outsider into the States is they know a lot about wine country being Napa and Sonoma, but
Right.
they don't really know that there's a whole lot of wine in Virginia.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
So
right.
that's a big challenge. I
And
guess.
a lot of people said to me, why did I choose Virginia to grow grapes? And yet my answer is, well, it was too easy in California.
Okay, if you wanted to
No,
go the
because
harder
actually
route.
Virginia is much more like Europe in the sense that the weather is much more variable.
Okay.
We get lots of different conditions, whereas in California every year everything's the same.
Yeah.
They don't have
very
weather.
clean. Yeah. It's
So
the
here
same.
is a real challenge. So if you can make good wine in Virginia, you can make good wine anywhere.
Los viñedos de Veritas Vineyard and Winery comenzaron en 1999, cuando Andrew y Patricia Hudson plantaron 5 acres de uvas. En las últimas 2 décadas, Veritas ha crecido hasta incluir 50 acres de viñedos y ha tenido gran éxito posesionándose como el vino insignia de Virginia. Es una empresa familiar en la que todos aportan su esfuerzo y sobre todo su pasión por el vino.
I can't wait to try some of this wine.
Okay.
Actually, when the governor of Virginia came to Columbia,
Yes.
he brought some bottles of Sauvignon Blanc and it was so delicious.
Good, that was probably our Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was all Veritas.
Yes.
And it was just so good. We said we have to come to the vineyard. We have to see how they grow the grapes. We
That's
have to see it
wonderful.
firsthand. So
Thank you.
that's why we are here.
Oh, that's lovely. We couldn't be more
lovely.
tickled.
Yes.
La industria del vino Veritas es imparable. Con las excelentes cepas de las uvas de Virginia, buscan alcanzar un balance natural de la expresión de la fruta, pero sobre todo hacen que el vino por sí mismo muestre la belleza del lugar donde crecen las uvas.
When we take the grapes off the stems, the idea is to try and extract as much flavor
Okay.
from the skins, because it's the skins that give the wine the very delicate flavors. Now, when we make white wines, we're doing it so that we don't overcome those very delicate flavors with crushing the grapes too much.
Okay, because
So,
what we were seeing out there,
yeah,
it's a different process for red grapes than it would be for
That's
white.
correct, that's
Okay.
correct.
What's the difference between the thin and the wood?
if you want a wine that's softer and more delicate and has got more complexity, you put it in a barrel.
Okay.
Now, if you want a wine that's crisp, fresh, and just pure fruit, it's from stainless
It's
steel.
from stainless steel.
Yeah. yeah,
Okay.
so we talk about primary fruit flavor, which is the fresh fruit, the flowers, all the things that you love in a sort of a fresh Pinot Grigio or something like that.
Yeah.
As opposed to a wine that's aged in an oak barrel, where it tastes of toast, of butterscotch, of vanilla, and all sort of extra complex things which are secondary characteristics.
Now that I've learned so much about the process, I think I'm ready to go on and taste them. What do you think of that?
Thank you. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah?
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Es más complejo de lo que pensaba, pero muy interesante saber cómo logran el resultado final. Y por fin voy a probarlo en compañía de Emily, una de las mejores enólogas en la industria del vino en Virginia.
Emily, it's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank
I
you.
had a beautiful run through the vineyard with your dad, and he said there was nobody better to give me a wine tasting than you, because you like practically grown up here in the vineyard.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
that's awesome. So, what do we have today? What do we have at the table?
So today I have just a brief selection of some of the wines that we're making. We're going to start with Sauvignon Blanc, which
It's
is
my
perfect
favorite.
for this time of year.
Yeah.
And then Viognier, just a nice contrast.
Okay.
Rosé, because again, you know, in summer and this time of year, rosé
It's a
is
perfect-
fantastic.
it's perfect
and I
for
love to
this.
talk about rosé. And then Cabernet Franc is our last wine today.
Okay.
Cabernet Franc is one of my favorite grapes to grow here in Virginia.
Yeah?
So yes, well, shall we start with the Sauvignon Blanc?
Yes.
All right, great.
Sauvignon Blanc is one of my favorite wines of
You know, Sauvignon Blanc is not a recommended grape for Virginia.
It isn't?
But my dad and I planted it because we love it. And we kind of said to each other, if it doesn't work, we'll pull it out, but we have to at least try.
Yeah.
And I think we got really lucky. We knew some of the aspects of Sauvignon Blanc, and we got it over on a north-facing slope at a cooler spot. And
Okay.
I'm very proud of my Sauvignon Blanc. In fact, that's what we were processing today. Did you go out on the crush
Yeah,
plant?
yeah.
So Sauvignon Blanc is what we were making today from grape to bottle. This is the 2015, so this is last year's
Last year's,
harvest.
okay.
So cheers.
El vino Viognier tiene aromas de durazno, albaricoque, madreselva. Es delicioso, muy fresco y veraniego. El vino rosé huele a una mezcla de frambuesa y fresas. Es perfecto para terminar el día.
Emily, this has been wonderful. Thank you
No,
for
thank
showing me
you.
your grapes and showing me your wines
Yes,
and
anytime.
and
I
talking
love-
about.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And well, last cheers. Cheers.
Para el estado de Virginia solo tengo palabras de agradecimiento. Simplemente una visita inolvidable en donde encontré todo y más del sabor USA. Soy Karina Correa. Me encanta viajar, cocinar y documentar todo lo que está a mi alrededor. Nací en Bogotá y muy pequeña me mudé a la ciudad de Nueva York. Desde entonces, la pasión por la comida y la aventura me han llevado a conocer sitios maravillosos. Ahora estoy de vuelta en Colombia y quiero compartir con todos lo mejor de la gastronomía estadounidense. I love Colombia and I love SaborUSA.